It is Thursday, March 9th, 2023, 5 p.m. This is the regular monthly meeting of the Augsburg Bridge and Port Authority. This meeting is called to order. Is there any letter and communications to the board, Mr. Lawrence?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Approval of board minutes of February 2023, Mr. King?
My apologies, Mr. Chairman, I have done it.
Okay, we'll move on to reports. Committee reports. Mr. Coughlin?
The financial data for this month is very straightforward, and it doesn't seem to have any particular surprises or out of ordinary entries. There is one note. Last month I talked to you about working capital and the contribution that you could see at the bottom of the income and expense report. Well, that figure did not include use of working capital for payments on principal on loans or capital purchases. And Patty's added that information to the bottom. It makes the number more meaningful. It's a lower number when you net out the payments, but it's still a positive number, and I appreciate the information, because I always find it a challenge to find meaning in numbers, and sometimes you can be misled by selective use of numbers. So, Patty, would you mention anything that you think is pertinent for the board?
On the statement of financial position, if we look at our regular accounts receivable, 91.3% of the regular open accounts receivable is either current or 1 to 30 days. So again, we're doing quite well at collecting our receivables in a timely fashion. We have no more wind turbine project receivable, and our AEAS will now always be there, depending on how quickly we are reimbursed from USDOT. In our liabilities, our regular accounts payable, we're at $573,000 at the end of January. Of that, you can see on page 2, the 6 top vendors. Of that, 3 of those vendors have been paid off. The other 3 have been slashed almost in half or more than half. So we are continuing to be able to pay those. Our contour, we'll always have a contour invoice out there. And our project accounts payable has been paid off since the end of January, so there's nothing there. Any questions on the statement of financial position? If we look at the budget to actual, you'll notice almost all of our revenue is over budget, which is a marvelous thing. It means that we probably budgeted a little conservatively for this fiscal year, and we've also had a few things that have come along that hadn't been anticipated, such as under bridge revenue. We had the beach again this year that wasn't budgeted. We had the trains from Ottawa that couldn't get across the bridge, so we had some rent from those. Our border station rent had a normal increase this year that hadn't been budgeted. And our total income is about $164,000 over budget. So we're seeing a gradual and steady increase in that bridge traffic. Our airport revenue, we way under budgeted parking based on what we saw last year. The office rent is actually a little bit above budget, and we didn't budget the into plane fees because we didn't know how many we would have. Those are when someone like SkyWest who had fuel here, they paid us to put it into the plane, into plane fee. And we now have lost that because we fuel Contour with our fuel, not their fuel. The port, we had much more storage than we had anticipated. We also have the interest on the returned money that we still have, and that's continuing to gain interest. We had some truck loading fees that hadn't been budgeted. Our railroad revenue, easements were not included in the budget, and we had some slick and solar invoicing that brought in some extra money. Wind turbine, we're above budget. We budgeted for 2 projects and had 3. So our revenue is solid right now. And happily, most of our expenses are under budget, which on the other side is a good thing. Bridge maintenance expense is a large under budget. Part of that has to do with all of the work that was done with the Tiger Grant project, that we haven't had to put the large expenditures on the bridge. Employee benefits for the bridge are also well under budget. We had 1 person move. We had a maternity turn into a resignation. We have not hired the general mechanic, and our new full-time toll collector is making less per hour than the person who we originally budgeted for. So our salaries are down, which in turn means the benefits are down. Airport salary expense is down. That is because we do not have right now an airport manager. Again, if salaries are down, then benefits are down. Maintenance expense, the largest contributor for the overage in maintenance expense is the de-icing, and we do have something coming forward later on for the de-icing chemical. Fuel sales are above budget. We knew we had budgeted quite low on those, and we are, with the increase in expenses, we also have an increase in income to offset it. Salary in the industrial park, we know, is due to putting more of the Director of Economic Development salary into the budget, whereas I had much less last year. On maintenance expenses, we had maintenance. We had work done on the roof in Building 11, and we had work done on the HVAC unit on top of Building 1. And we've added those 2 lines that Chris referred to at the beginning, so that you can understand that even though these items are on the balance sheet, they do take our income. So they do take the money that we bring in. The principal payments on loans is at $917,000 so far for the year. And the OBPA portion of projects and capital expenditures is $231,000. Most of that 231 is our portion of the Chrissy grant equipment. Any questions on the budget to actual?
Just to explain, I know why, but maybe not everybody else does, why the OBA portion of projects and capital and the Chrissy grant, why that amount is what it is.
The Chrissy grant is the port grant that we received, and we're getting 4 pieces of equipment down at the port, conveyors What's that? One of those-
Loader.
Thank you, so loader. And we have 3 stackers. Of that, the grant itself pays for 80%, we have to pay 20%. So those items are more than some of our, what we consider for the FAA is usually 2.5%. This is a full 20%.
Thank you.
And I think that in addition, some of the actual costs came in higher than anticipated on the
Yes.
purchases. And you can't go back and get more grant money. Instead, the increases are paid 100% by the authority.
We will see that on the 4th piece of equipment. We will have run out of the maximum on the 80% on the 4th piece of equipment. But at this point, we are 3/4 or 7/8 of the way to paying our portion of the 3rd one.
Good.
So the 3rd one is pretty much paid for, which will only leave us the 4th piece, which will be ours.
So the whole point with those 4 pieces of equipment is they will increase productivity and lower our cost at the port, correct?
Yes. We've already put the new loader to work, so there you're putting wear and tear, you're spreading that out, but you've got a brand new loader that we use that otherwise in a busy season, we probably have to rent. So it's paying off indirectly.
Good.
And then moving forward with the feeder conveyors and the railroad conveyors, those will be when we do joint projects, that'll be our contribution to a project that we can recover and lower costs. But we can recover some costs to pay ourselves back over time for that equipment that we own. And then also we get out from under a lot of transport costs, mob costs that regardless of our partners or us, when we bring that in, there's quite a cost to equipment that size that the project has to pay. So to have that here is going to help both of us.
Good.
The railroad conveyors is a lot quicker and efficient than what we previously had to work with as well.
Chris?
It seems to me that an operation that can do what it does well is always more competitive and brings people back. Whereas one that kind of scrapes by, it doesn't win loyal customers. That's the balance of what I have to report for the Finance Committee. So assuming there are no further questions, our report's done.
Thank you. Any questions? Anyone else on, Jen? No? Move on to the bridge traffic report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Currently, the border is open to both Canadian and American vaccinated travelers. My understanding is that the US requirement may be leaving in May, so that may open up more travelers and traffic to the US, but it's never a sure thing. I can't say that for sure, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. February crossings were down overall 19% over our considered normal year of 2019. That 19% is, even though it's a negative number, it's ahead of what we estimated. And I think at this point for this month, we used 25% through our whole budget. So we're 6% better than our conservative estimate. And then it's trending better. I mean, you're seeing a trend there that it's gradually coming back, not as fast as we'd like. And truck traffic has kind of been just bouncing back and forth. Not anything alarming or anything like that, but I would almost say truck traffic acts like it normally does, that depending on weather and circumstances, that some months go, really go up quite a bit, and then others, even in good weather, you wonder why it drops off. But the 21% of truck traffic is down 10% over 2019, but it's nothing for any concern for us. So I think truck traffic is relatively going to hold its own going forward. And overall revenue was down 24,000 roughly over January of 2019. For what it's worth, traffic was up 217% over last year. Any questions? And you can see Patty has done a nice job with the, we've added a spreadsheet on there that kind of keeps a running total. So it's, and you can see the different numbers there that kind of will give us a good guide going forward.
Anyone, any questions? Now we can move on to airport activity and occupancy report, that I don't seem to have.
We don't have the employment numbers yet. They usually come in around the 8 or 9. So hopefully that will happen tomorrow.
Okay. Board activity report.
For February, you can see of our first of 5 salt products at the port, nearly 15,000 tons was trucked out, which is down about 8,000 from last month. And the second option of the thaw rocks, which is treated salt, 4,000 tons were trucked out, down 1,600 tons from last month. Third product, the order was completed and there was still some inventory on the dock, but since this report, it has been combined with other products mixed into. This should be zeroed out for next month. I misspoke there. Got one ahead of myself. The first one that I said should be zeroed out is still on the dock and is slowly being trucked to Canada, as the numbers show. The fourth salt product is the order has been zeroed out and the product has since been blended into other products and will be zeroed out next month.
Is that the one with the balance of 7,500? Is that the Canadian? No, I'm sorry.
I think it's,
I'm looking at the wrong one.
Total balance 4,700. And the fifth product, salt product, only 440 tons have been trucked out last month.
Okay.
Things have been slowing down, as you can see, gradually over the last month. And you can see that 1,113 tons of the pellets were trucked out last month. And the second ag product is meal, which has been zeroed out on our end for inventory, but we are currently working with the company to zero the product out in inventory to resolve that issue.
So the salt that's still left at the port, James, you might not remember, but Steve, are we about where we thought we would be at this time of year with the amount that's left?
Yes, because we didn't anticipate, I think there was almost a vessel and a half that kind of
Came in late
were-
December.
I know one for sure, and I want to say a little bit more with, I don't know, it escapes me right now, but I want to say in my mind roughly somewhere about 35 or 38,000 was unanticipated. There was a bonus of, and then also with the two late vessels, or the two late vessel that had the two products on that, was really a bonus for us. And then along with that, the throughput of moving it to Canada
Right.
and having truck traffic going across the bridge, there's kind of a hidden benefit on the bridge side with that activity.
We're about where we thought we would be at this time of year.
Yeah.
Good, good.
I think without that, you might be down to just one stockpile based on what came in.
Good.
There are currently 8 rail cars in the yard to be unloaded to add to the ag products.
To be stored in building, what one is it?
5 and 3.
5 and 3?
Yes.
Any questions of James regarding Ford? Anything else, James?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Anthony, you're doing building occupancy and industrial commercial?
Yeah, so as you'll see, it's all our figures are maintaining steady from the previous month. We don't have any new vacancies, so that's good news to report. Our facilities team's been working to update building 4 in particular. It's been work that's been done over the past month that's already improved its its physical structure, and it's a work in progress, so we're excited about that. We've been in communications with a current tenant about a potential expansion potentially into that space. That could be a very promising thing and free up their current location to attract different style of business. We've showed some space to some other companies within building 4. We've had exposure at a couple of events this year. This month. We met with the Jefferson County IDA to start talking about maybe some more regional collaborations. We were up in Ottawa at the first mayor's breakfast with the new mayor, meeting some business community folks up there to start getting a feel for what kind of pain points they might have and how we might be able to, meet some of their needs. So that was good. One of our new companies in the Commerce Park, I introduced them to one of the local universities. We've discussed some potential research projects that might give them competitive advantage with us. So it's those kind of value-added things we've been trying to work on and more fine-tune and see where we could play a helpful part in those things. And then we've been working on the airport expansion project, little value-added things that could help supplement that project. So it's been a good month. We're optimistic for some good things with warmer weather coming, and it's looking pretty bright.
Have you faced questions regarding workforce development within our area?
I have, yes.
What's the concern?
Well, it continues to be the concern is really the size of the workforce, the training of the workforce. But the companies we've spoken to, mainly their biggest concern is having enough employees, to staff their operation, and do they have enough qualified employees to work with? So, we always try to speak to, the services we have, such as students that are coming out of the BOCES program, students that are coming out of the local universities. It's tough for a company because they're all students that don't have a lot of experience.
Right.
So it's those kind of early to mid-career professionals that are a gap from what we see.
Just wondering, is there a concern regarding maybe those who have apprenticeship or come out of an apprenticeship program? Since sometimes I wonder if, maybe more of that needs to be done up north.
I wouldn't disagree.
something to think about. Good. Anything else?
No, any questions?
Been up to that embassy yet?
Inching my way there.
We'll be close in April.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, in April, we are attending at the Shaw Center in Ottawa. It's a recreation and tourism trade show in partnership with the St. Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Good.
So we're partnering with those fine folks, and we're excited to have some exposure up there.
Good. Make sure you tell them we have an airport.
Big push.
We'll let that go.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else for Anthony? Mr. Lawrence, any unfinished business?
No, Mr. Chairman?
Move into business items. Agenda item A1.
Okay, approval of agreement with Komodo Media. So as part of the ongoing effort to advance community outreach and improve customer service, staff seeks to enter into an agreement with Komodo Media to develop a new website for the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority. This new website will replace the current website and serve as both a marketing tool and user-friendly interface with customers. Komodo Media is a locally owned, New York State certified woman business enterprise that specializes in web design, content writing, and search engine optimization. The cost for designing the website and training staff on interfacing with the website is $6,290. Staff recommends entering into this agreement as it provides continuity of look and message with the website currently under construction by Komodo Media for the Ogdensburg International Airport. In addition, the authority is pleased with the work so far completed on the airport website by Komodo.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll move it. Second.
Been made and seconded. Any discussion?
Nice job finding a local and a WBE.
Yeah. The recommendation came from the Chamber of Commerce, and we've been pretty pleased so far with our collaboration.
Is there a timetable for the airport's website to be ready?
Yeah, so we're looking over the next about month and a half to be fully baked and issued. That is also in collaboration with the grant we received from the IDA. So that's that early spring timeframe.
Mhm.
And then the second part of that with the out-of-home marketing and the Ottawa market will happen that August, September timeframe.
Good.
So with an ideal close out of the grant by December this year.
Good.
What's the term of this agreement?
So this agreement just covers the building of the website, the training on us to take ownership of the website and be able to update it, whether it's content, images, videos. And then it also includes every year there'll be an annual service charge of, I think it's $340. And what happens is they go through and they'll look at the website, and if there's been any changes to, say, like search engine like Google, any requirements, they'll update everything on the back end. But aside from that, this fully creates the new website, and then we could engage as needed. But
So we will be the administrator.
yes,
That's an important part of all of
yes,
this.
Yes.
Anthony, or the people that we train on that will have control, because
Right.
currently it's been a difficult thing. We don't have that knowledge with what we have now, and it's been to get immediate thing, especially for Patty and finances. It's been kind of a grind. So we're hoping that streamlines the operation.
That's much better than what we've had in the past. Any other discussion? No? Then call the roll, please.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Coffey?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitman?
Yes.
Ms. Kennedy?
Yes.
Agenda item B1.
Okay, approval of lease agreement with Mac Global Design Incorporated. Staff has negotiated a lease agreement with Mac Global Design Incorporated for 220 square feet of office space in Suite 207B of the Bridge Administration Building for a one-year period commencing April 1st, 2023 and terminating March 31st, 2024 at a rate of $16 per square foot equaling $293.33 per month, $3,520 for the 1-year period, inclusive of utilities.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Made and seconded. Any discussion?
I would just like to add that Anthony did a very good job with this. Initially, Mac Global didn't want to renew. They currently have the office above us, and we were looking for a little smaller footprint. So Anthony came to me, and my old office is what they're going to be leasing now, and we basically swapped. And overall revenue will be down a little bit, but also, and I've mentioned this to you, Mr. Chairman, is my office is fine for me. I'm used to it, but when it comes to the future and this position as executive director, it needed to be upgraded. And I mean, it's a bonus for me. I do enjoy being up there. It's a corner office. So
You do get cell reception.
It's such a hard sell, but anyway, I'm just saying Anthony thought it through. Rather than lose them, he made this appealing to them, and then he found out more about what they're going to do to where there's a possibility that maybe it grows, and then we move. They find a spot in the Commerce Park that they can grow. But we'd love to have like an engineering or design firm in there. That would be one of those things. But it was something that I'm just complimenting him to think differently and let that and to have that happen. But we all won on that one. So
Good. Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Jen, call the roll, please.
Mr. Berger?
Yes.
Ms. Lynn?
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
Feel slighted.
Not win today, Chris.
Really?
Really? Thank you. Agenda item C1.
Okay, so this is approval of lease supplement number 1 with Live Fast Motors LLC. Staff has negotiated lease supplement number 1 with Live Fast Motors LLC for 103 square feet of office space and 490 square feet of reserved parking space at Building 1 of the Commerce Park campus for a 1-year period commencing April 1st, 2023 and terminating March 31st, 2024 at a rate of $15 per square foot for office space and $2 per square foot for reserved parking space, equaling a total of $210.42 per month, $2,525 for the 1-year period, inclusive of utilities. All of the terms and conditions of the original lease agreement shall remain in full force and effect and are hereby ratified and affirmed.
Thank you. Before we go further, I will have to abstain and will not comment on this. This is actually my son's business. So. Any discussion? I'm sorry, first is there a motion?
So moved.
Made
Second.
and seconded. Now is there any discussion?
Is this an increased rate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is an increased rate on both the office space and the reserved parking space. So this will be his 2nd year with us. So we've done some internal adjustment to lease rates, and this is a reflection of, so it better aligns the value that we provide for the small space that it is.
Any other discussion? Jen, call the roll, please.
Ms. Lynn?
Yes.
Ms. Kennedy? Yes. Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
I abstain. Okay, let's move on. Agenda item C2.
Okay, approval of lease supplement number 1 with Hoosier Magnetics Incorporated. Staff has negotiated lease supplement number 1 with Hoosier Magnetics Incorporated for 4,920 square feet of warehousing space in Building 4 of the Commerce Park campus for a 1-month period commencing April 1st, 2023 and terminating April 30th, 2023 at a rate of $8.05 per square foot, equaling $3,350 for the 1-month period. All of the terms and conditions of the original lease agreement shall remain in full force and effect and are hereby ratified and affirmed.
Thank you. Motion
So moved.
Second.
made and seconded. Any discussion? Now Hoosier's there now, correct?
Yes,
Same space?
yes.
So this is just an extension?
Yes, so their original request was for, basically needed 2 to 3 months of short-term or temporary storage. We initially signed for 4 months and they just need an additional month.
Good.
Which we're able to accommodate. It fits within our plan of releasing the space, so.
Good. Any additional discussion? Not, Jen, call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 Yes,
Yes.
thank you. Jim, thank you for the update. And that, well, it's not actually a resolution. Or is it? Do you need additional?
No, nope. I just wanted to bring this all to everyone's attention. And if you guys would prefer us to do a resolution, we certainly could.
I don't know. Earlier, we allowed you to purchase de-icer as needed, I believe.
We had set a cap of $6,500 on the additional purchases. And as we decided to go for the entire 6 bags, it brought it above the 6,500, which is why we wanted you to be aware of the difference in cost.
Okay. Now, do you want this resolution brought forward and dealt with, or?
If you feel it's necessary, Mr. Chairman, otherwise we.
I would rather, considering the cost, I would rather have it brought and voted on. So that resolution for approving the purchase of 6 bags of de-icing from New Deal de-icing for the amount of $16,362.87 is on the table. The motion
So moved.
and seconded. All those in favor? I'm sorry. Jen, call the roll.
Yes.
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 Mr. Lawrence, anything else?
Not this time, Mr. Chairman.
Any comments from any board member? No? Any questions?
Were any of the lease agreement and the lease supplements, those were existing tenants, right?
Yes.
That's all I wanted to ask for now. Thank you.
All set? Mr. Lawrence, is there a need for executive session?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there is a need for executive session for matters relating to section 105(1)(f), which is the medical, financial credit, and employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. And there is another reason too for 105(1)(h), which is the proposed acquisition, sale, and lease of real property, or the proposed acquisition of securities or sale or exchange of securities held by such public body, but only when publicity would substantially affect the value thereof.
Thank you. Everyone has heard the reasons why we need to go in executive session. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? No. So at 5:39, we move into executive session.
Do you anticipate any action afterward?
I'm sorry, yeah, no, we don't.
Made
Tony
and seconded. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? No. No opposed. We ready? Are we back on?
Yes.
Okay. We're back from executive session. It is 6:40 PM. Mr. Lawrence, any business to be conducted?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have the next meeting date scheduled for April 13th, 2023 at 5 PM. Is that
I will not be there.
anyone else?
Run that by me again.
April 13th at 5 PM. Is that that week off from school?
Yeah, I'll be in Florida.
And spring break.
Oh, it
I'll
is
watch
spring
you
break?
from Florida on YouTube. I'll heckle you from the beach.
Easter break?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
You're not available either.
Well, my kids are going on vacation without me, so I'll be here.
What about Nicole?
Yeah, I'll be out of town.
She'll be out of town. Where you going? Megan told us the truth.
Itineraries, please.
Yeah.
Orlando.
She didn't really
Me
have to
too.
tell.
We'll be heckling you exactly together from the
The
beach.
millions.
Yeah.
We don't know about Jan,
No.
All right, then maybe we'll have to look at a alternative date.
Shall I send out an email? to
Yes,
everyone?
please.
Also, I'd like to have a personnel and a facilities committee. Something between now and the end of the month. So I don't know if we'll email everybody and just try to get everybody together, but that's coming up. Also, the 14th,
14th is
Okay.
the childcare.
we're gonna have childcare with Jefferson St. Lawrence with the ARC will be here.
Good.
That'll be really good.
Dave, facilities,
Yeah,
you gonna work on it?
well, I'll give my 2 dates.
Nicole, will you be here on Tuesday? Is Nicole, I'm asking her if she'll be
Oh.
here on Tuesday.
Okay, so you're gonna check on the full board meeting
Mhm.
when? All right. Is there a motion to adjourn? Been made? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you.